Charlotte, are you ready to eat?
Yeah.
What would you like to eat?
Beans. Rice.
Rice. How are the beans, Charlotte? Do you have some beans there?
No.
No beans? How's the rice? Super yummy, I bet. Okay, so we are making Mom's beans today, and they are so good. Simple recipe. We have 1.5 cups of pinto beans, washed and rinsed. We'll be adding a few slices of onion. Later on, about a teaspoon of salt, a couple of teaspoons of chili powder, and a couple of slices of bacon. We're going to cover the beans with fresh water, bring that to a boil just for a minute, and once it comes to a boil, we're going to turn it down to medium-low and let it simmer, probably mostly covered, and do that for about 45 minutes or more until you see that the beans are a solid color. Then you add your onion, salt, chili powder, and bacon if you want. You could also add cilantro. So we'll get started now just getting the beans to a simmer, just the beans and water. So you're going to cover the beans really well with water. And just a note about rinsing and cleaning the beans. Obviously you want to rinse and clean them, but you're also checking for stones. So I usually find a white plate or something and lay the beans out and just kind of filter through and look and see, because occasionally you'll find maybe just a little rock or something, and that's normal. Don't freak out like I did when I was in college eating a burrito from Taco USA and bit into a rock. So that just happens sometimes with the processing. So you're going to want to lay your beans out and check for that, and then put them in a strainer and rinse them with cold water. Cover them well, at least 2 inches of water above the beans, and we are just bringing this to a boil. And once it comes to a boil, we're going to turn it down, and we're going to cover it and let it simmer until the beans turn into a solid color. Okay, beans are boiling, so we are turning it down and covering it and letting it simmer. We have not added anything else yet, just beans and water. Okay, so Mom added, I think it's been about 30 minutes. A couple pieces of bacon. Mother adds the onion in large pieces. I like to chop mine up. I think that's a personal preference. So teaspoon of salt, teaspoon of chili powder, and bacon and onion, and that's it. It is that simple. We're going to cover it, still the same temperature, still simmering, and check back in an hour. I don't think you can overcook beans, so you could also do this in the slow cooker, and we'll check back in about an hour. Okay, so it's been about an hour or more, and here we go. The beans look great, and Mom's pinto beans. Oh, perfect with rice.